I think we're live.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's episode of Eat, Crypt and Survive, where a bunch of people gather in different locations, work through technical difficulties together, and play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yay!
We are live on the internet, probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Probably, maybe.
All I know is I'm going to have to edit that later.
No, just leave it. We should, in all fairness, every time I run the stream, about every month we should run a bloopers.
I was just about to say, people love bloopers.
Eat, Crypt, cock-ups.
Bitches love bloopers.
Eat Creek Cock-Ups, brought to you by Connor.
Connor's cock-ups and spin-off show for Eat, Crypt and Survive.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah.
Oh yeah, but the problem with that is we have to go through all the table reads that we have to do. We'll be showing them all the script edits that we made.
It is pinned on you though, so you've got a great view of you today.
Oh, is it? Oh, do
Yeah.
you want to put me on sharing, Connor? Otherwise, it's just me. Unless you want it to be just me.
I mean, we're all on the top.
Yeah, we're all at the top. I've not pinned you.
Oh, okay. I guess people.
Just you talk a lot.
I'm sorry. That's my job.
It's almost like he's the centre of attention.
Never knew I would be centre of attention until I picked up the screens and dice. And then I knew.
And then you knew you're falling.
Anyway, welcome to tonight's episode. We're not sure where Ross and Matt are. They'll turn up at some point, maybe.
Maybe. Who knows?
We're going to crack on regardless. So, what should we talk about on this preamble? We go social media. If you want to follow, go on to @EatCryptSurvive on our Twitter feed. You can also go on Facebook, but we never really use it because it's terrible like that. We have YouTube. You can go on our YouTube channel and see all our previous adventures, which are uploaded every Friday, probably. Depending on when I get around to editing and uploading, but usually it's a Friday. With enough time for you to watch the previous episode and then come live to this one. So if you want to go back, there's about 70 odd episodes you can go and watch. So you can go watch all those now. We'll wait. That's enough time. And then you can watch us live. You can subscribe to us as well. You can subscribe, use those Twitch Prime subscriptions to help us out and support the stream, which would be greatly appreciated.
If they do a thing, they get our emoji.
If you subscribe, you can use the emote, which is our Eat, Crypt and Survive logo, which was kindly done for us by...
@RichandLive on Twitch.
That's him. Rich.
That
So,
would be the one.
that guy, because I don't remember handles of other people. The person's handle who I do remember, though, is our first guest who is joining us next week.
Oh God, I thought you were going to say this week. I was like, I would have done my. At least next week, I would have had a haircut.
Oh, me too. Me too. I got one on Tuesday.
I've got mine on Friday. I should leave the hairdressers at 6 o'clock, and Beyonce-esque glide onto the stream.
I'm going to weigh myself before I go to the hairdressers, and then afterwards and see how much of this stone of hair I will have disappeared.
In the last one I wet it first as well, and it was 2.5 pounds.
I mean, you weren't the full Bob Ross Wolverine.
It was huge. I think it's roughly the same now. It's just I wear a lot more hats now, so it's a lot more compressed.
Yeah.
Since first lockdown, my collection of hats has grown exponentially to 2. It's 200% more than what it has ever been.
Those are rookie numbers, son. You got to pump those numbers up.
But yes, our first guest who will be joining us in this campaign, which admittedly coming right at the end of the game, is not Laura, as some people have suggested, but Laura was a guest that's just stuck around. But our first guest of the campaign is Ray Mayhem. She will be joining us next week and bringing something in. So, you guys get to a decent place where there's lots of people that I can just shovel her in rather than just sort of be stuck down the middle of a mine shaft somewhere. I know what you guys are like. That will happen. Yes, @Ray Mayhem, she's going to be joining us. She's describes herself on Twitter as a nerd, trash unicorn, horror enthusiast, and dirty car player and agro-activist. So she will be coming along and joining us next time. Looking forward to that. We're talking about different characters, and we'll see how that goes. So, without further ado, I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about now.
I'm just putting on the group where Ross. I'm saying we're missing a Ross and a Matt.
These are the two things that I'm missing.
Ross apparently is having Arthur issues.
Oh, no.
Has he just messaged you?
Yes.
Or is he in the chat? Is he in the stream? Oh, no, there he is. Okay, then. All right, well, that means if Matt doesn't tell, then Connor's going to have to be Teletar and Cedric. So, you know.
Oh, great.
Oh,
Hang on a minute. First, we must hydrate.
hydrate responsibly.
And now we educate.
So, where we last left off, the Wandering Stars had returned to Alfheim and were busy getting themselves ready for their final trip on this part of their journey to get themselves set up with the fragments that were needed to combine with the diamonds that you've gathered and capture the visionaries of the Void and stop them from taking over the world. You had been informed that you had about 3 weeks before this would happen, so you made your way back to Alfheim to find the person who had most of the answers to get you into position for this, or at least had the teleportation circle to get you to where you need to be. In searching for Kiphina, Kiphina hid, scattered around Svartalfheim and Liralaire, and found yourselves chasing Kiphina through some alleys and being set upon by feline devils who take themselves upon you. After a grueling encounter where Dom took great pleasure in being evil. Thank you. You did manage to defeat the Rakshasas, but at a price. The price being that Liralaire is now banished somewhere. And when I say banished, I don't mean banished by the banishment god, I mean just sent to a different plane of existence. Kiphina transforms herself into a dragon. And unfortunately, this was a green dragon underground, got shot at by the city guards. But, I mean, completed that fight. The party regrouped with Asher still behind at the keep and Liralaire somewhere. And Kiphina heading off towards the
Gaia's Cradle.
Freya's Cradle tavern, which Cedric had managed to pass on to the rest of you. So, as Kiphina is making her way there, the rest of you, what would you like to do?
I mean, we were going to the same tavern, weren't we?
You were.
Going to find her.
I will make an investigation check.
Everyone.
Well, you and family, you're the only ones that are here.
Yes.
Kiphina knows the way to the tavern because you've been there.
Investigation.
Mm-hmm.
10.
That's not from Leela's page.
That's a rogue. That doesn't help.
20 unnatural.
Okay. Foundling, despite the running around of the city that you had done last week, last section, but you had not come across this town before, and you sort of get a little bit confused. Leela just goes and asks someone, and gets pointed down the way towards this tavern, toward Freya's Cradle. As you make your way down there, it is a fairly standard built building. It looks like it's been made also to replicate a log cabin, but it's been carved out of stone. So it's a really deceptively realistic wood cabin, which is completely unrelated to anything else that is down here, except it's made of stone. But it is a fairly substantial building, spread over 4 stories, and fairly wide in base. And there's a sign sort of hanging from there that says Freya's Cradle in Dwarvish, which I think at least one of you understands. If not, Kalatar can read it.
No.
Kalatar can read it, Falmon can hear it, and speak to anyone in that language anyway, so don't much of an issue. But as you step in, you are met with a very unusual setting. There are the normal tavern tables and chairs that are sort of set about, but there are ropes that are strung across from various walls, sort of going across in sort of like a cat's cradle style. And there are cats everywhere. They are sat on the tables, they are climbing on the walls, some of them are being sort of stripped by
That's gonna be
random
really sad.
individuals. Yeah.
He's not here.
This is apparently a cat cafe, but a tavern.
Oh my god, yes! Leela goes and runs after the nearest kitty she can see.
There are many. There's one like 2 feet from you.
Kitty! Meow.
Make an animal handling check.
And this is how Leela dies.
If she was level 1, yes.
9. No, kitty, I just want to pet you, kitty. Come, kitty.
Meh.
Yes, pet. She doesn't know how to pet. She just pet.
Just sort of.
Oh, kitty don't like.
And you just got your bop on the head. And you hear a voice over from the town and go, you might want to just sort of, a little bit of fish and just sort of, stroke it. There's a dispenser over there if you want to just, you can just turn and you see that there are about 12 cats that are just sat underneath this dispenser just looking at it.
I'll run over.
Okay.
Get some fish.
Open thing, the cat's also here. You just sort of wait.
And I give each of them pat pats.
You give them pat pats, and then you give them
Now
fish.
then you'll get some fish.
Then you give them fish. The cats are happy and they sort of moving around your legs.
Is there a little toy I can play with?
Yeah, there's one of those sort of like
Go,
this.
go, go, go,
There's a dangly. There's like a fishing rod with a spider on it.
Yeah.
You can just sort of bop around, and 3 other cats sort of just get disinterested and just wander off. But 6 others, including one very small little kitten, sort of calico in colour, just sort of.
That's it, guys. Carry on. I'm done here.
You turn and look at the.
This is how we're going to spend the entire session now, just Lena playing with cats.
Yeah, I'm just going to check how well I can play with the cat.
So what Leela is doing that, finally you turn and have a look at the tavern owner, who is a male dwarf, whose beard has been groomed to give him a lion's mane. It has gone down and then goes underneath his chin and comes up and out to give him the full lion's mane effect. It is quite a sight to behold. Particularly as it looks like his moustache goes all the way down just to give him the front part of the lion's mane. What can I do for you, fellow feline friends?
We're just waiting for a friend. So I suppose drinks while waiting?
Hey, we can give you that. Are you wanting the catnip ale or are you wanting something more normal?
Normal for me.
Alright, suit yourself. Hand you a nice cold mug of ale
Yes.
in a cat tankard.
Cat head.
No, it's not like it's like a Toby joke, but it's made of a cat that's been carved,
Yeah.
and the tail comes round to be the handle.
I will take everybody else's order and get around him.
Okay, that costs you 5 silver. As Leela was busy playing with the cats.
Yeah.
And by this point probably has attached different toys to the drones, and they're now running around.
Yeah, I'm just sending the cat. She's running around after them. Yes. When they're playing with drone, I'll go up and be like, did you ask about if you see Fee at all, or are we just kind of waiting?
You look quite happy to just wait.
I mean, the drones can. I don't have to stay here. The drones can go and look after the kitties. I just haven't seen a kitty in a really long time. But we should really be looking for Fee. She's probably here. She did get away before us, and she knew where she was going. Might be worth asking. Maybe.
I tend to leave the asking to those that are better with people.
Yeah, you're right. I'll go back to the cats.
Unfortunately, the people that are better with people are not here. So
I'm so tempted to pop out all the arms just so I can make Lila jealous by petting multiple cats at once. But no. Okay, I will ask the barkeep if he's seen Kiphina.
Oh, I couldn't possibly give up any privacy of my guests that were staying here.
Drop a gold in.
She's up on the third floor, room two. If you want to just, she's the only elf, crack on. She's not going to mess up the cabin, are you?
I don't think so.
That's not very reassuring.
I wouldn't want to hurt a kitty, so if anything happens, I'll take it outside.
Fair enough. Just go back to
Give me one of her usual drinks, and we'll take that with her to get her in a friendly mood.
She likes that elven wine. Pours it and hands you a glass.
Okay. I've found where Kiphina is. Let's go up and see her.
Okay.
Cedric says, "You go on. There are cats here."
Somehow I was expecting Neelis to be the one that said that.
Well, the cats are talking to me, and I'm quite enjoying it. They say hello.
I'll leave the drones kind of flying around.
That's Cedric all over. He's just such a pussy magnet.
Hey!
I am. It's because I have an octopus in my leg, in my pocket.
In my leg.
Okay, so Foundry's going up. Is Leela coming or is she staying down?
Yeah, okay.
Kelazar is just sitting down, just taking a breather. The family and Leela, you head up to the third floor. You knock on the third door on the right. Kiphina, there's a knock at your door.
Wait, do showers exist here?
There's not showers. There is a bathroom.
And that'd be a communal one at like the end of the hall, wouldn't it? Not a room one. Yeah.
Correct.
I did say I was going to get washed up, so theoretically I should be wherever the washing up would occur.
Yeah, you're all in there, so there's a knock at the door, no answer.
I knock again. Maybe she didn't hear us. Maybe she ran out the window again. Maybe she's invisible again.
There's no answer.
I knock again.
I try the door.
Sorry?
I try the door.
It opens.
Do we see a Kiphina?
Make a perception check.
I look too.
Sure.
God, I'm rolling low.
That's a really poor time to have a crit.
15.
And a crit.
And a crit. You cannot find.
You see-
23. I see everything.
You see no Kiphina, but you do see her clothes that have been sort of thrown off to one side. The museum apparatus has been placed on a chair, on sort of like an armor stand kind of thing. And there appears to be a pile of towels that have been picked up and recently dropped on the bed, so it looks like you've probably gone bathe.
I mean,
I'll pass this on to Leela.
Leela also sees this. She is in the room with you.
Yes, but she didn't roll as well on perception.
Yeah, she didn't see so high. She got a 15, so she got a good idea that that wherever Kiphina is, she's probably naked. Woman's intuition, let's call it that.
Good job we didn't bring Kelatar.
Should we just wait till she's finished in the bathroom? I feel it's a bit mean to creep up on someone when they're naked and having a bath. And if she's having a bath, she's probably realised that we're not after her, otherwise she would keep going. So
Yes, but also we know there are things out here trying to attack us, and if she doesn't have any clothes on, maybe she's less likely to run away through the city again.
this just sounds like Bradley wants to steal her clothes so she won't run away again.
I was thinking more this would be a good reason to interrupt her bath.
Okay.
If you feel it would be inappropriate for me to go and interrupt, you can do it.
I could try. I could go and yeah, maybe if I just go in, then it's probably less scary if most of us go in.
Okay, I will be on watch. If you get attacked, scream.
So family goes and lingers at the end of the corridor, and Leela goes down to where Steve Farm is. You can hear a sort of splashing of water.
what is it? It's like is there a door? Kind of a door? Is it just like a big room that you walk into?
There's a door, and you don't want to be on the side of the door. You're in the room.
Oh no, because Leela's generally polite. Big, I'm going to come in. So, but if you're yeah, I'm going to come in, but like, okay, I've got my eyes. Oh, I open the door.
Okay, you open the door. The room that you come into is a series of bath cubicles, effectively. So like student accommodation, basically just got a bath with a bucket of warm water, and it's got some plumbing that can sort of take water away and add in some extra hots and bowls and all that sort of stuff into. There are 4 rooms effectively that are set up. One, it sort of splits down the middle. So one side is set for men, the other side is set for women. One of the women's doors is shut.
I'm going to assume you're in that one with the door closed. You can't see where I'm pointing because I'm on the other side of the door. B, I hope it's you, B, otherwise this is really weird if I'm talking to a stranger.
Leela can't see that.
Why can I just see Kiphina the other side of there with a pair of like a Walkman and a headset on, and she's just, I'm so into.
She's got her favourite sending jams on.
Okay, well, sorry if you're not P, but I'm assuming you are P. So we've got everything we need. We need help teleporting again, please. And once we've got like down to where we need to go and done all the things we need to do, you can come back and you can carry on building the thing. But really, we kind of need your help. And maybe I could help you with your thing if you want some help too. But yeah, everyone's kind of ready. I think there's something going on between Asher and Peloton, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah. I'll be outside. Fountain's there too. I didn't ask him to come in, although it's a bit weird.
Sorry.
Hey. Sorry. But yeah, we'll be out there if you want to come and have a chat. I didn't want to chase you or anything. Didn't mean to like scare you or anything. And hope you're okay after that big cat fight. This looked very nice. But yeah, I'll be outside. Enjoy your bath. But yeah, we'll be downstairs. With the cat.
I'll be out in a minute. Thank you. Yeah,
It looks really it's big.
Yeah.
There she is.
Okay. Yeah, back outside, and Founding is sort of the end of the corridor. Just sort of leaning. A cat has come and has sat on the banister and is just lost in a staring contest at Founding. Just. And then just slowly Paul goes.
Okay, the kitty will get a pet.
I'm just gonna let them have a moment.
I would totally imagine you come back and like Cedric's got cats all over him and they're even like clawing his face, like the petting they do, and he's just sitting there like, this is nice.
But yes, you come back up. There's Founding and a cat.
Did you find her?
Yes, she's in there. I asked her if she wouldn't mind coming down to see us when she's done. Because I didn't want to like scam her away again. But I briefly explained to her where we are. I kept it cryptic just in case it wasn't her. I wasn't sure. She didn't really make a sound until afterwards. But yeah, I told her what we need her to do and kind of, yeah, hopefully she'll come down and see us. If she doesn't, then we might be in trouble. But yes, I told her that we'd be downstairs.
Okay then. Back downstairs, I suppose.
Come on, Kitty! Nice birthday, Kitty.
You head downstairs and Kitty is stroked.
Does there appear to only be the one staircase up and down?
Yes, there is.
Fountain will go outside. Well, it will explain to the group that they're going outside the tavern to hang out under Kiphina's window, just in case she decides to try running away again.
Cedric and Galadar are happy to stay in the town to make sure she doesn't run out the stairs. But you head outside and you sort of wait under the window. Kiphina, what are you doing?
Yeah, they just want me to teleport them apparently. So, I'll, after not wanting to get out of my bath for multiple reasons, I'll then actually get out, go to my room, dry up, get dressed, get all my shit back on, and make sure I got all my possessions on me. And then, yeah, I'll very meekly head downstairs.
Okay, you head downstairs and you see, by this point, Cedric is surrounded by cats. But he is in such a way that he's holding his bag of octopi above his head so that the cats don't get to it.
Didn't realise cats love octopi so much.
They love fish.
Yes.
Interesting.
But you are now down there with the rest of the group.
Hi.
Hi, Zeke. Welcome back. Glad you came down. Have you pet the cats and pets and pets and pets and pets and petting the kitties? Meow.
Yeah, that was part of the reason why I picked this place. I haven't really spent much time here though.
I think cats are really nice.
Hmm.
No, not him. He stares at me weird.
Anyway,
Did you for your mom?
yeah. Sorry for that mix up before. I was just bad timing was going to the store for something.
Okay, by the looks of it, you're right to be jumpy because someone was obviously after us or after you. This going to happen, so I completely understand. It's fine. Glad that you're okay though. But yes, we have things to do.
Yeah, sure. Right, so you just need me to get you to Hephaestus, right? That's all needed right this second?
I really need you in and out because we can't get out without you either. But I'm hoping it won't take too long to do the thing we need to do.
I mean, I don't know. We didn't think to ask Hephaestus.
We didn't, but then we need to find Lyra because she's gone somewhere. I don't know where.
What, like that time she went off on her own back to the Feywild?
No, like the cat people. 1 second she's there, the next minute she's not.
Oh no, I know what they did.
So the only option I've got with that is, I mean, did Cedric scry on her?
No, I couldn't scry on her. Because I didn't try. But if she's gone to another plane of existence, I couldn't see her in my nice mirror. I scried on Kiphina, which is how we found her.
But I know somewhere that does scry on different planes of existence.
Yes, I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe the nice people back in the temple might let me have a look again. So actually, yes, we go to Hephaestus and no. Do we want Lyra back? We need Lyra back, really. If he needs all of us to do the thing.
Why don't we just drop everything off at the temple and then go get Lyra? I'm not sure Hephaestus actually wanted us to do the labor at his forge. I think he just needed us to bring the materials, so I don't think we need to wait around there. Wait, sorry, you have a way to scry across planes?
Oh, yeah. Oh my goodness, Jeffy wasn't there, was she?
No.
Oh my god, got to catch you up. But yeah, basically, we fought Beholder dead. We got Gaia's thing, which why obviously we're going to Hephaestus now. There. Then new race of people appeared. made of gems. But the beholder had a thing where it could scry on different people, and different behaviors. And that's how we found you. And lots of others. So we kind of know what all the big bad guys are doing at the moment. So actually, probably a good idea to go there at some point so we can make a good plan of attack. But yes, we need to go to a temple in the desert. There's a nice lizard man. And he helped us.
Okay, right. Lot to take in. So sorry, it might have just been the words, but you said the beholder had a thing for looking. You don't mean the beholder themselves had the ability, because it sounded like you killed the beholder.
No, so it
An
looks
object?
like a magical item, like a crystal ball, but multiple mirrors.
Oh, cool.
And
Did
I could use it, so I'm guessing other people could use it. But yeah, you could just see lots of different places, lots of different people. So
that's interesting. I've never heard of that. Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's how about we quickly drop off Adiphysis, and then we can come back. Have you got the ship here?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if everyone wants to go by Hephysis's. I mean, I can take up to 8 people, including myself.
We also might want Asher, because Asher isn't here. Asher has stayed at the keep. Yes, Tom?
I believe Lyra has at least one of the things that Hephaestus needs on her person.
The one from the hunt.
Yes, she does. Yes, because I don't think you consolidate those with one hand bag holding. You know, I've just remembered. Lyra has at least one of the fragments in her possession, so we should probably find her. That might be problematic. Okay, let's go do that then. Let's get Asher and then go to Gaia's temple and speak to the crystallites.
Okay. Yes. Oh. Okay.
Sorry, just as we're going, I'm just going to head past the workshop, let them know I'll be gone probably for the rest of the evening. I think they can continue the work without me for the moment. Yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Yes, that would be great. Thanks.
Let's go check something here real quick. All right, so Kiphina, you head off and just sort of drop down to the forge.
We go as a group.
How likely was it that Kiphina would have just done a runner?
No, it's just they need her for the moment. She's cool.
Or get attacked.
Yeah, or you get attacked. You head to the forge and they sort of go, all right, we don't really need you right now anyway, so crack on.
Oh.
We'll call you if you need it. Unless you're planning on doing some actual craft work, we don't really need you right now.
Oh, okay, good. So yeah, hopefully she'll be back by sometime tomorrow morning. Yeah, so great. Thank you. Continue with the work, and yeah, I'll be back soon. Tomorrow.
Nod and turn back to carrying on with what he was doing.
All right. So where's the ship? Shall we get going?
We had to leave the ship outside. We couldn't fly it down into here.
Yeah, expected as much.
Teletar says, you probably said, you might be able to save a bit of time. You might be able to save a bit of time, actually, on Lyra. If Lyra's able to know where she is, then I can ask her.
Sounds worth a try.
Bear with, and he's going to start sending. Lyra, do you know where you are? Also, mushroom. It's Calatar, in case you haven't guessed. Okay. Let me know. It's Calatar.
caught my back.
Yeah, thanks, bye.
Lyra replies, Mushroom. I don't know where I am. Underground somewhere. There's ocean or water at least. But I haven't been able to work it out.
So she's underwater somewhere, possibly, or there's at least water around her.
She's drowning?
No, otherwise she wouldn't be able to speak to me.
Okay.
So she's alive, there's at least air where she is, but it sounds like she might maybe be in some sort of sea cavern.
Can sending her across planes?
Yes.
Okay.
As well as that's easy.
I just wondered.
Actually, that's the point. No, it's fine. There's a 5% chance that sending doesn't go through. So I forgot about that when it's going across planes.
Okay.
No, that's shattered. Look at that. That doesn't help.
Okay, so she doesn't know where she is. She can't really have anything.
Well, I don't know. She does have an ability that allows her to send creatures away. I think she's used it before to get herself home at one point. I could ask her if she wants to do that, or if she wants to come and find her.
As in home, as in it'll bring her back to this plane.
I think so. I think she
She's linked
made
to
it.
this plane now.
I think she did a thing with that wizard that we've got in our
Oh yeah, they're going to take me back. Nice guy.
convenient guy. Anyway. Wizards. They solve all the problems. Should I ask her then?
I mean, yes.
Oh. Mushroom, Lyra, it's Calatan again. Just wondering, in case you were curious, if you had a way of getting yourself back, or do you need us to come and bring the car out? Not to worry if not, if you've got a bus, then there is that off.
Some fucking episode of Gabriel in Space.
I for some reason I went Rob Brydon.
Mushroom. I don't like to trust that spell if I don't have to. I don't know where it will take me, other than a plane. But I don't know if there's room for the ship here.
She says she doesn't know if there's room for the ship where she is. She doesn't like to use her ability. Perhaps we should go scry and find out where she is, and then we can make a better decision depending on it.
That sounds like a plan, and maybe we can pick Asher up on the way.
That might not be a bad idea.
Okay.
Did she sound like she was in any imminent danger?
No, she wasn't screaming. She wasn't saying, oh God, something's chewing on my leg, oh God. I might be paraphrasing. No, she was. She didn't seem like she was in danger.
Immediate
well.
danger.
Who said that? Ash is not here. Who are you, random stranger walking past?
Got across
I am the narrator.
No, I've been wondering who that is that's been making that voice in my head.
And now our intrepid adventurers journey on.
Will you stop doing that?
All this time, Galatos had an ongoing monologue from the narrator in his head.
Kalatar has just been Deadpool. He's been breaking the fourth wall and just turning to the camera.
I mean, this is Kalatar's the most though. It's probably been, ooh, boobs, ooh, nice butt, ooh, nice body, ooh, boobs, ooh, nice butt, ooh, nice body.
Hey, hot chick, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. There's a lot of hot chicks.
I can't tell the time.
What's o'clock? We don't have watches.
So yes, collect Asher and then
Yes.
return to the desert and hope the crystallites will help us.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, they hopefully feel like they're us a favour. We did save their temple.
Yes.
You head back with me in the lift, going back with me all the way. Arrive outside. Get yourself back onto the blimp.
Doors opening.
Um,
Please mind the gap.
but you get back on the blimp and bounce yourself back across to Alfheim, just outside of the keep. In the meantime, Asher, you are home alone, wallowing in your
Pancakes, making pancakes.
Making tracks for when Kelatar comes back.
big old wrecking ball just
Yeah.
to the end.
It's just. What are you doing?
Who made ball bearings?
Me
Hey,
expanding.
pop.
The thing is, she's got like one of those, fighting dummies, and it's just got the crutch completely like destroyed.
Somehow has managed to just swing up just like a log to his sex swing, just so that when he opens the door, just straight in the nuts.
Oh, ow.
So there was a knock at the door. It's a light knock. It doesn't. There's not much force behind it. It's like it's a small hand.
Enter.
The door opens, and there's a familiar-looking gnome.
Hello. Familiar looking gnome. Oh, hello, Trick.
Hi. You the only one here?
I mean, there are hundreds of us here. It's just I'm the only actual human, yes.
You still need a tissue, Asher.
I always keep one nearby.
Refreshment, sir.
Many unseen servants. So yeah, how can I help? You've travelled a long way from...
It's more how I can help. I've been. I've heard that you were acting against the Visionaries. I have some information might be helpful.
Information. Good for making plans. I feel like we should save that sort of information when the whole group is here. We have been hunting down visionaries, both very successful and not very successful. Successful as we've killed 3 of them. No, Ralakor isn't a visionary. 2 of them and a captain.
You have killed 3 of them. They just got better.
Gaia, Admiral Tidal Surge.
I mean, you actually, in fairness, you killed Gary on here and he went back to the plane. You killed Tidal Surge and Ever Moving Boulder on this plane. You defeated Storm Lord, the Storm Master, Master of Storms, and the Scorch Lord, and Influence.
Yeah.
You killed all of them at some point, apart from 2.
They just don't stay dead, being the main problem where we're coming from now. The killing part is quite simple. They bleed, so they die.
You mean if it bleeds, we can kill it?
Exactly.
Interesting. So yeah, I'll wait. We can wait for the others to come back.
I mean, they should be back anytime soon, really. They just want a very simple mission to go and get another piece of a god power. We've got 5 now already, so they left like an hour ago. Any minute now.
Look out the window, you just see her. Look back.
They clearly heard me.
I'd heard that you were going around in a flying ship, but that is quite impressive.
Yes, a commandeered from an elder brain was defending it, if I remember right, and he no longer needed it, so we killed him and took it. Like most of our possessions.
It's a way to live.
Absolutely.
I'm judge.
The victors write history.
I find the owners write history.
Victors tend to be the owners, so I will agree.
There's a lot of crossover,
But well, let's go and meet the gang.
Sure.
You head upstairs, and family and Kiphina, in her elf form. I don't think Trick was there when Kiphina came back. But clearly recognisable as Kiphina with the long white dreadlocks and the museum apparatus that has been adjusted to fit her size. A new gnome is part of the group. I don't think Trick met either.
Is she a gnome or is she a goblin?
She's a gnome now. She got transformed back into a gnome before you went to Gaia. Kelzar is there, Cedric's there, but Lyra isn't. Which is Trick.
Friends! And Kelatar? Trick is back.
Kelzar just sort of flinches slightly in the stomach. Just sort
Let's see. B, you're looking different. I assume some experiment went wrong or possibly right or something.
Kind of both. Killed in my sleep and then resurrected in this form by request.
I did that.
Yeah, Cedric did.
The
Sure.
resurrecting part, not the killing her in the sleep part.
Yeah.
No, I'm very much against killing Kiphina in her sleep. If I'm going to kill her, I'll do it while she's awake. It seems fairer that way.
Wow.
I am joking, of course. I would never kill Kiphina, despite the fact she's blown us up many times.
Yeah, I don't need help killing myself, so.
What
Do you-
are you doing here, Trek?
I heard that you were going after these visionary bastards, and I had some information that might be useful. Maybe.
Any information is useful. Share with the group.
Shall we go inside first?
Sure. Have we all eaten today?
Kelvin says, I had a big breakfast, I'm okay.
Breakfast of champions, I hope.
I
Come, let's sit.
did that too. What? Mythology.
I feel like there's a lot of subtext that I really don't want to know about.
But if you want to know that subtext, go back and watch episode 110 of Each Breakfast of Eyes on YouTube.
What a porker.
I actually did speak to one of my friends that possibly maybe animating that sequence.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
yes, make
He's,
it.
he does like animated comics as a hobby, and I was like, if there was ever a scene I wanted you to do, it was just a conversational topic between the party about breakfasts insinuating sex.
Oh god, great. I would read that comic and watch the cartoon.
Oh, I'd pay to have that animated. So much.
Just have it on like a digital screen and just hang on the wall and just
Oh,
keep
yeah.
going on the feed.
Yeah.
I'd have
Yeah,
it in my kitchen so
right.
people would ask, and then I'd ring Matt, be like, "Come on, explain it to them. Explain it to them. Tell these people you've never met what you did."
Yep.
I was saying it.
Oh, it was all me. But it was Matt's fault.
Oh,
Anyway, you head in and you are sat for breakfast. Well, lunch at this point.
Brenner.
They are able to provide you with whatever you so choose.
Not bacon, please.
I was going to say, but bacon is strictly off the menu.
Yeah, there's no. They have skimmed all the fake pigs that live in this mansion that you keep something called Keep.
There's a sign in the corner that says "Days since bacon injury." It's just got 1 on it.
Not even that. It's not even been a day. But you take on a meal of sustenance and you're sort of having this discussion.
Good food. I approve. So, I come from Nexus originally.
Oh, yeah, we are aware, yeah.
So I've been, I left the Ark and started scoping out that area.
Very dangerous.
I know some details about how the guards positioned around the city, and even spotted the visionary himself a few times. He's not that impressive looking.
The one in Nexus is the Scourge Lord, isn't it? No, that's Mr. Mal.
One they call the Forest Guard.
We've not come across that one yet.
And he's a new boy.
He's a
What
big
does he look
tree.
like?
He's a satyr, and kind of a rather old, fat one. Who is sort of, when I've seen him, he's just been lounging on the balcony of his treehouse. He lives in. You've probably seen. There's a huge tree in the middle of the city.
Yeah, that's what we saw. I assumed that was the visionary, if I was completely honest.
Well, the tree.
Yeah.
It's based up. You could have a point, but I think he's the focal point. The guards are mainly other satyrs. There's some elves, dryads, pixies, treants. But it's just, a big city can be tough to get all the way through to the middle.
To get
Right.
to him. Interesting, though, that he's just so relaxed. Well, we know at the moment that the ever moving boulder is currently regenerating, healing his wounds. We have potentially a back door into Abelos, using Dublex, king or ruler of the slimes. I forgot the word for it.
Oozes.
Oozes, that's it. I was like, slime.
You're doing so well.
Close.
You remember Dublex, you remember the Avalos. You're doing so well.
And then fell up on a basic monster.
Big
Yeah.
square gooey things.
Scorch Lord on Mr. Mar. We've not actually laid eyes on that yet. We should do at some point. But Dublex is looking to be pushed out of Abelos at any moment, really. They were given orders to eradicate his army as such, or at least what's left of that. I don't imagine he'd have such a large army, but whatever he's got left.
Do you mean Dublex, or do you mean
The Rock Queen was moving on Dublex's forces, wasn't it?
Right, sorry, you said that Dublex's army had orders.
No. Other way around, yeah. She'd given the order to eradicate the ooze.
Sorry, just
No.
No.
I might have got it wrong. I'm working at about 10% brain capacity at the moment, so it's highly possible. Other than that, yeah, I only had 2 brain cells to begin with. The Valkyrie fleet has moved past Solrisa and is moving towards Abelos. Should be at Channel Point in a week or 2, maybe. But has made it past due to Trident's interference, which we're very grateful for. Other than that, we've all got various powers and gifts given us by various gods, to which we plan to meld into some sort of soul gem trap. Unfortunately, Liralaire has one of them, so if she wasn't extremely important to get back before, she's extremely important to get back now.
Thankfully, everyone has recounted what happened in Svartalfheim just for actual benefit.
I hope you don't mind me saying, actually, you seem to be a bit worse for wear since I last saw you.
I currently have a god problem. Yeah. See, I died and had made a deal with Odin that when I died, I would go to Valhalla and only Valhalla and be his captain and lead his armies in Ragnarok, which, looking at the world as it is highly possible that it quite possibly could happen. So it was rather important to him, you see. And when I died, I was on my way to Valhalla, upset as it would be. I was bitten by a shark. It was kind of lame. And Cedric decided that just wasn't good enough, and struck a deal with the Raven Queen, and she loopholed Odin, and of course he was very upset about that. Now, gods can't directly intervene with other people. They can't smite Cedric or myself down with righteous fury, but what they can do is completely remove the powers that they had gifted onto a certain person, leaving me to be an experienced old lady with a sword now, rather than a righteous paladin of Odin. Admittedly, could still kill most people in a room, which is why I assume the party has still kept me around.
Yes, that is exactly why I brought you back. It's because I knew you could kill everyone, and then we could die together.
Shatterfang glows now as well, but we don't know what that means.
From what I've heard about Odin, probably get over it. I mean, he's cheated death enough times. He sacrificed himself to himself and came back to life.
Yes, he did do that.
He's a trickster god at heart. So tricking your way out of death is kind of his bag, really.
Yeah, I just don't think he appreciated the manner in which it happened. There's one thing being a trickster god, but when the trick is played on you, and you didn't see it coming, I think that's what he was most upset. Even when he had two eyes, he only saw half the picture.
That makes it sound like Asher was the one who took his eye out. So it really wasn't.
I mean, you still seem like the best people to be fighting these visionary blokes.
Yeah, well.
I don't know if you need any help for a while at least.
Yeah, more help is always welcome.
Sure.
We don't know where we'll have to go to rescue Lara. Extra blade could be useful.
Yeah, pretty good at searching for stuff, finding stuff in the dark, that sort of thing.
And occasionally an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, when the situation calls for it. It's amazing how often that is.
When you travel with us, it tends to be a common occurrence that violence is always the option and always the answer.
I don't think we should use violence when we go to see the crystallites. We need to persuade them to let us use their super scrying apparatus.
Anyway,
rather than threaten them.
It's nice to see you as well, Kiphina.
And you too, Asher. I'm glad you're still alive.
I'm glad everyone's still alive. It's very it doesn't happen all the time when you all go away separately. So glad you were all safe. I hope you got what you wanted done, at least started or finished.
We're gonna drop it back after this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just I mean, I originally was just thinking I was helping with getting to Hephaestus's forge, but Lyra's in trouble, so I should definitely help.
It's very brave of you, Kiphina.
Yes, now we need to go to the temple, and I can try and scry using that again to try and find Lyra.
Okay.
No.
All aboard the ill-fitted ship.
Leela has unnecessarily installed a steam whistle into this slightly flying ship, but has just put a steam whistle on it for no reason. None of you had noticed.
I'm just thought it wasn't there.
The next upgrade is have a different array of horns as long as it does.
The ship needs a 90s throwback name, so it's going to be the Magical Tentacle Bus, rather than the Magic Ship.
So as Leela navigates her way through the flying ship using her flying carpet.
Yeah.
I'm half expecting at some point a cat to come out of your arm and just nicked one. But you didn't do it, so it's fine.
That's why a bag of holding has 10 minutes of air in it.
You get onto the ship and blink onto the astral plane, and once again blink into the desert. It is time-wise. Yeah, it's probably by this point about 7 o'clock in the morning on Fiaros.
And it's behind.
So they're behind by about 4 or 5 hours.
Okay.
So the sun is coming up, still on its way up, but the temple seems to be bustling. There are the cobalt crystallites just sweeping away the steps, as well as some of the acolytes. They all seem to have taken on some form of vestments, so they are now looking like they're actually all part of the church now, which is kind of interesting. It's an interesting sect of Gaia that has now arisen because of this. As they see you all coming, they nod and bow their heads in respect. It's Fadak. Fadak. I should say Fadak. Fadak. There you go. Remember my own pronunciation of names. Yeah. Problem is, I've written it down how it will be spelled, but I haven't written down how to pronounce it. So it's Tadok. T-H-A-D-O-C-H. Yes. Anyway, you sort of mentioned his name and says, we shall fetch Father. We'll lead you through into the main temple where there is the.
What are you done with the place?
We've swept it mostly. We got rid of the beholder goo.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No. I mean the literal slime on the walls. It wasn't that was part of his thing. We got rid of that. Apparently, sandblasting it works really well. The kobolds worked out a way of how to get rid of it, but well, I shouldn't say kobolds now. They're all crystallites. We can kind of take a variety of forms. There's some gestures around.
Cool.
Yes, it is. That father. Thank you. Thank you, Acolytes. Ordering stars. How may I assist you?
Would it be possible, and you would be so kind, that I borrow the scrying apparatus that we found the other day? One of our friends has gone missing and we don't know where she is. And I would also like to use it to see if we can use it against those that we saw, all the big, horrible people that we saw.
Okay, very well. We can do that. Follow me. And he leads you around the corner to the apparatus that is still set up. We guard this particularly to make sure that no one misuses it.
Yes, after who was using it and for what reasons, I do not blame you.
But please, we trust you. Let's go ahead.
Okay. I will try and scry on there.
Okay, bear with a second. I'm just going to check the connection on this microphone. 1 second.
D&D Beyond, everyone.
D&D Beyond.
That's better.
That is that better?
Very loud.
You're louder.
Yes.
I moved. Okay, maybe it just wasn't in properly. Who knows? Okay, so Lyra, can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, and then subtract 5 from it?
I might have to. It'll take me a moment because I have to change character.
And unfortunately, Leela is not one of your favourite enemies, so you can't get advantage on this.
I'm surprised I'm no one's favourite enemy yet.
You are at least one cat.
Okay. I'll make him my friend.
14.
Okay, yeah, that fails. So you are able to focus on Lyra. You see her sort of still walking through this passageway, and as you sort of look, you concentrate and look up at the mirrors, you can see the rest of you can see this. Leela is busy concentrating on focusing on Lyra. You see that Thavik is looking around the outside of the mirror and sort of scanning around. But Lyra seems to be unharmed and is just sitting, picking on some sustenance.
To be clear, you say unharmed. She was actually very beaten up after the Rakshasa fight.
She's less unharmed. She's no more harmed than she was previous when they last saw her.
Currently in the condition you left her in.
Yes, more lost. But nothing seems to happen during this point, other than if she looks like she's trying to get into a meditative state. But every time she tries, and as you're watching through this, her mind she just can't settle. And there's a look of distress and anguish on her face as she tries to get into that meditation and can't for some reason. But as the focus comes back out of it, like as they go, Well, she's alive at least.
Yes, thank goodness. I mean, we knew she was alive. Cozad didn't manage to send her a message.
Does anyone recognise where she is?
Very good question.
None of you have any idea.
Cave.
And Thavik says, I have a horrible suspicion she's on the elemental plane of water.
I mean, she said she was near. She could smell the ocean. She could, the sea was nearby.
Well, we've discovered that when you focus on different planes, different mirrors show up in the corner there, and you look at sort of on top left. That one is linked to the elemental plane of water, and it sort of gives off a blue shimmer. There's others which are linked to particular planes, so it's quite useful in that regard. So she got very lucky that she's not drowning, that she's found one of the air pockets. So she's either underneath a city of some sort or one of the islands that connects to the surface that's there.
So there's a way to get out.
There are many ways to get out. One of them might be just, a lot of them will be underwater.
But she could be linked to a city or an island.
Potentially, yes.
God, but there's so. Oh. It's a plane! How are we supposed to such an entire plane?
But snakes. Snakes on a plane. Sorry.
I've had it with these motherfucking plane.
Sorry, Connor?
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Say it with more oomph, though. You know, like Samuel.
I can't. No one can compete with him.
He's amazing.
I mean,
So-
it seems rather desperate, but we could try travelling to the plane and asking Cedric to talk to the fish.
Why couldn't Cedric find her again?
Because the scrying spell doesn't work if it goes across planes. There's only 2 reasons why. Well, there's 3 reasons why you can't scry on someone. If they're dead, if they're on another plane of existence, or if they are mentally strong enough to not let you see them.
So
Kiphina was not mentally strong enough to not let me see her.
if
But I also know her really well, so it's a lot harder for her.
So if we got Cedric on the same plane, he could scry.
Yes, I
But
could.
if we've just scried on her and it didn't show a lot, then maybe it's not.
It doesn't have coordinates, unfortunately.
We need a Lyra detector. Like a metal detector, but for Lyras.
We could try using the same thing I did when it was Asher who went disappearing without a trace. Using divination. But the results vary, and I don't seem to. She's flicking through a spellbook. I don't seem to have any spells that allow me to locate people or even objects. I don't think.
I could, given a night, but that's only within a certain distance, and it's not necessarily easy. At the moment, I could locate animals and plants, but I don't think Lyra counts as a plant or an animal.
We could try asking Joannelis. He has the resources of a kingdom. Maybe he would have some way of locating her, or at least some suggestions. Hang on, did you say about locating an item?
Yes, there is a spell that I can take at the beginning of my day. That's in my prayer books, I believe. Let me check. I'm
Oh,
taking this much divine magic. I normally have the nature stuff.
hmm.
I can locate objects. Yes.
Well, we know Lyra has the special sword that she uses to behead things with. If you could locate that, we would probably locate Lyra.
Yes. The only problem with that is I need to be within 1,000 feet.
What? Um, um, what?
What size feet?
What favour does Lyra have at the moment? Can we figure it out?
She definitely has the one for Artemis.
Feywild. No.
No.
Which is the one that opposes the Feywild.
No, okay.
So now we're reaching that region of, does anyone have any stupid ideas that they haven't said that could possibly work?
I was going to say, we could try speak to Artemis in order to help. Maybe she could find Lyra using her thing. Well, like essence thing. But Feywild.
I think a tricky part with the elemental plane of water is you said you saw her like in a cavern underground, so under the sea, I guess.
You saw it on the array of mirrors.
Yeah, right. So we couldn't even get the ship to her. There'd be some trouble, but isn't she able to return home, like to the Feywilds by choice? I think someone might have mentioned that. I mean, we can make the ship go almost anywhere in the Feywilds. We could just keep jumping around until we randomly get, I don't know, somewhere. I don't know. I just feel like that'll be an easier place to find her, but I don't know if she's able to do that. I thought so.
Bellatar did ask her, but she says she doesn't like using it. I don't know why, but maybe there's bad things. But I think she's linked to this plane because I'm sure the wizard attached her to it after he turned me back. So,
Also, now we know she's in the water plane, she might prefer taking a risk on the spell over sitting in a cave under the sea for whatever,
Eternity.
for the rest of her life.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how long it'll take for us to get there, and we don't have any easy answers.
Reminder that elves live an extraordinarily long life.
I mean, Talok did. He did.
Tarek, yes. I'm still here.
You did say that it was possible that it's linked to. She could get out some way. It's linked to somewhere.
Yes, plausibly.
I mean, worst case scenario, the pocket of air she's in under a city could possibly be the very large bubble that is Solrisa, in which leaving that bubble and making herself known would be very bad.
Also, if there's no moss in wherever she is, she's going to suffocate in a while.
Yep.
We don't know.
Should
Can we ask her again if she's explored as much as she can?
I can ask her. I've got a few more spells today.
Tell her that we are pretty sure she's trapped in the plane of water as well. She needs to know that.
Right.
She's trapped in the plane of water, but she could be linked to a way out, according to our nice new friend.
Right. Water, tunnel. Okay.
Mushroom.
Mushroom. Right, hold on. Mushroom. Lyra, we think you're in the plane of water. You could be under an island. This may give you a way out. Want to banish? I ran out of words. You only have 25 words, I'll use one of them for mushroom.
Mushroom. Think I might try banish. Don't like it here. Very uneasy
Okay.
and obviously hard to be rescued from here.
I think she's coming home. I have no idea where she's going, but she's going to try and come home.
Okay.
So yeah, Lyra will try to cast banishment
Okay?
herself.
Is it still scrying on her? Oh no, it's come out.
No, you've stopped scrying on her.
You should get ready with it though,
Yeah,
just in case she ends up somewhere unsavory.
Can I scry on her while she does this? Can I try?
Sure.
Yeah.
Make another wisdom saving throw there.
Terrible. 10.
Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are now focusing on Lyra, who pulls out something that is... What is an item that is distasteful to Lyra?
The sand, it's coarse and rough and irritating.
Yeah. Rock. That's next one.
Got sand
Oh,
in places
ice
there shouldn't be sand.
Oh yeah, the beholder eye stalk.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
All melty.
Okay. So, technically you have to make a charisma saving throw, but I'm not going to make you do that.
I can perfectly say fail.
Yeah, you would fail saving it because, well, your charisma's low. But you focus and you give no resistance to it, and you pop and vanish and reappear. You look around. An interesting one. Try and figure out where it is. Just returns to the home plane. Doesn't specify where. Interesting.
she's in another cave underwater.
So. Okay. This is familiar. This is friendly-ish.
This is a tavern full of cats.
No. What it is the teleportation room in the Orionids Guild Hall in Pariah Deep.
So technically in a cave underwater.
You're
Yes.
the Rock Queen.
Right, Lyra will go and find Orion of the Deeps, if that's what she's called.
Yeah, Orion of the Deep she's in her office. Lyra, what are you doing here? She's this sort of half drow.
I have had the worst day.
Right. Sit, please. Take a minute.
I was meaning to send word to you anyway. I completed the hunt for the stag.
Congratulations, Orion. She nods you.
Thank you, Orion.
Hmm.
We're still trying to fight these visionaries and stuff, and everything's terrible. I'm hoping my friends will come and pick me up soon.
Yes, but is everything right? What happened when you last? You look wounded. Are you well? Here, and she reaches across to you and will cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level. For 19 hit points.
That's considerably more than I had. I was on the... Thank you.
Fine.
Had a run-in with some cat demons. I think they were Rakshasa.
Ah, those.
And one of them teleported me somewhere. Galatar told me he thought it was the elemental plane of water he used to send it spell.
Interesting. You're lucky to have not drowned. You must have found one of the eddies that has air.
Yes.
Well, be careful. Were you one of the ones that killed a Rakshasa?
I killed 2 of them.
Be careful of that. They're going to come and hunt you down at some point. Unless you go and defeat them before they respawn in them, wherever they're from. Probably the Hells. Yes.
That's if we don't die in the next few days from fighting huge, terrible visionaries.
Yes, that could also be a problem.
It's not the top of my priorities list.
No, I can imagine not. Although it does raise an interesting question of who sent them. Another time, perhaps. So, very well.
I will think I'll make for our keep. I think there's room there for the ship to appear and
I mean, when you have a ship of some sort, you've not brought it here before.
Sorry, out of character, was it decided we couldn't bring the ship here?
Not quite big enough in the cavern for in Pariah Deep. There's too many stalagmites and stalactites.
Huge cosmic power. Itty bitty parking space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have appeared where we usually get in from. The teleportation circle in the Orionids Guild is how we usually get in and out.
Hey, 2 more levels. I could actually cast that spell myself. Oh well. Well, in that case, I can only hope that they will know where I am and come find me.
Yes, unfortunately, I could send you to a different teleportation circle, but I only know ones which are part of the Orionids Guild Hall, and a lot of them have been destroyed.
Yeah.
Only one I have a connection to still. You would have to hold your breath, because I think the one in South Peak does still work sometimes. It's intermittent, but it does still work sometimes.
Don't worry, I'll wait for the others too.
Very well. I plot it offer. Well, you can wait at the keep or you can wait here. Either is.
I'll wait here. I'll wait for the keep.
But please, take a rest. You look exhausted.
Yes, thank you.
You have watched that entire conversation there, Leela.
Do we get audio on that?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
At the speed that Leela can talk, definitely.
Yeah.
Leela finished before they did.
Leela can sort of give out the conversations going on, and the pictures sort of show where they are, and the rest of you recognise that as being Orion of the Deep's office.
We can get that.
Yeah, actually, I think I have enough magic to do teleportation circle a few times, so yeah, we should be able to get there and off to Hephaestus's.
Amazing.
Do we want to leave the ship somewhere a bit more secure than here, or are we happy to let the crystallites keep watch over it?
We need to leave it somewhere. At best, leaving it somewhere with the teleportation circle, because they're just easier for us to get back to, or at least when I'm around.
So
I mean,
that's our usual parking spot then.
Yeah, I guess.
To see
It's a
the
shame we don't.
dwarves.
It's a shame we don't have one at the keep, but they take a year to set up, so a bit impractical.
And also, the keep is protected against teleportation magic anyway, so
You can make.
I mean, low key, guys. There is one being made, but it's gonna have to. We'll be dead long before that.
Oh yeah.
I had it commissioned with the original one. It just, like you say, it takes a year, and a year is like 10 levels.
Yeah. That's not happening. We're dying in 2.
I have a super secret chamber, the location of which I will not disclose, but there is one.
what still living there. But yes, okay, so teleporting back to Alfheim and Lane.
Thanking of the crystallites first.
Yeah, obviously.
Before we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt Leela.
She was just.
Thank you.
How's it?
Fee's gonna whisper to Leela. That guy in this device. Did they say they wanted it or needed it here? I mean, why have you left this behind? This is pretty good tech.
I mean, I didn't actually look to see if I could take it. I mean, he said he would look after it, but it might be good to use because we could look on them at all the bad guys.
I mean, the second I saw it, all I could think was stick it in the damn ship. That'd be amazing. We can go anywhere and see anyone. That's brilliant.
For it so that no one bugs them again. I don't think it actually belonged to them. I think it was something that was created by Many Eyes.
I want you to go through the monster manual and just rename all of them.
Well, like kids do when you ask them like what Pokemon they are.
Yeah,
or like you ask your dad what that Pokemon is.
Yeah, exactly. I think someone did do like dad renaming.
Yeah, old people guessing Pokemon names. There's a few videos of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do that.
Just fun.
I guess I could ask.
But I'm still here. Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah, sorry, I forget to whisper. Is it an orb?
The crystal ball is an orb which is set into the mechanism which amplifies it. From what you understood when you studied it before, or the York House, I can't remember which one.
I did.
It's the machine that's set up is the amplifier, but the orb is the thing that is causing the focus of the scry. So you could take that's on its own, you could take out, and that could be used just to do the scrying spell normally as a crystal ball, and would function as the magical item of a crystal ball, but then you wouldn't be able to scry across planes. So it's the amplifier itself is the thing that...
Can I take the whole thing?
It's massive.
Okay.
Make an intelligence check with your... Are you proficient in Smith's or Tinker's tools? I think Tinker's tools.
Yeah, Tinker's tools.
Okay.
What we're doing?
Intelligence check with your proficiency.
29.
Okay. With some help and probably a few days, maybe up to a week, you could disassemble this contraption and figure out how to then reassemble it without breaking it and being able to put it back on the ship.
Me.
You.
With some help.
With help, yes. You would need a few decent tinkerers and other people to give you hands, because some of the parts of this are quite massive, and there's a lot of magical energy that is being contained within this to allow it to then amplify. So it could be done. It's going to take over a week to do, though. probably about a week to do it.
This is a very intricate contraption. I don't know if we could pick it up. I could take the ball, but it won't show me across planes, and that's what we need to find these bad guys.
Question, Luke.
Yes.
I'll cut to the chase because there's probably a dozen questions I could ask. How small would it get if we used reduce on it?
One size. This thing.
Because that's the thing too.
It's effectively the same size as a cinema screen.
Yeah.
But
So,
lots of different mirrors and pieces that are all sort of connected in together. So it's, I mean, you could get it a bit smaller.
yeah, make it from a regular cinema to a home cinema. It still won't fit through the door. Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to pick it up and move it.
So
Yeah.
you can't score across planes if it's not in the thing.
Correct. The scrying spell is specific to only the same plane of existence.
Well, I guess we can come back for it when we've got the time, if we get the time. It just seemed very handy and shiny.
I mean,
I mean, we are in the middle of a desert. It's not exactly an easy place for people to access. It is rather relatively safe here. We are surrounded by Gaia's protection.
yeah, and you guys are doing a great job of keeping it safe, and I know you are absolutely keeping it safe. We just don't want to keep intruding to use it. I mean, the only other option is I know Cedric can scry, but that obviously is limited. I can take the orb so that whenever we get to a plane, I can scry on them free willy-nilly. But we have to go to the plane first. So either we can make, once we've got Lyra, once we've got what we need, we can come back and make a general plan of attack, or we can bump backwards and forwards. Because I think it'd be better to look at where they are on the plane before we go to the plane.
Cedric says, it might also be useful if we brought Ranvig here when they've landed, because then we can get an idea of what's going on.
Sorry, who's Ranvig?
The leader of the Valkyrie and Jorvik army that's coming across by sea.
Better to bring them here.
He is also
Bring
very upset.
her here.
Sorry.
Bring her and the other war chiefs that there may be.
So we essentially use this, Your Grace, as a battle room headquarters.
Or we just use it for planning. I don't know. It would be fitting to use one of their strongholds against them.
I mean,
or at least ironic, I think.
I mean, it's not going to be forever, and I do see as kind of a place where people might think that a beholder still lives. People aren't going to come by it. Could be our new base. Cool, a new base. Maybe.
And that we are not necessarily in agreement of war, but I do understand that we are in a time of needing to protect our home, and Gaia is about at least protecting the status quo and making sure that we still have an Earth to live on. We would be content if you were to bring people within to this chamber for us to do your plans, if that is what you so wish.
We don't have to decide right now. Right now, we really need to go and get Lyra. However, the option is there, and maybe when we've gathered people, we can all come back here and decide what is best. However, I think for now, we leave it in the safe hands of the acolytes. I think. We know where Lyra is. We can go and get Lyra now. And we can go to Hephaestus's and do that. and then Fee can go and sort out whatever she is making with the dwarves, and maybe we could get all the leaders together and we can make a plan. So that might take a few days. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah, basically plan, I think.
Let's go get Lyra.
Yeah, let's go.
That's the first step. Baby steps.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Park ship near the teleportation circle. Teleports. Go get Lyra.
okay, so you head back to the blimp, saying goodbye to the crystallites, and let them know you'll be back at some point. Climb onto the blimp and teleport yourself over to Verblane. The usual guards who are standing around. There's basically, you get the sense that there's pretty much a permanent sentry just set up there in case you guys turn up just to watch your blimp for however long you need it. And then just sort of go. As you sort of can stand there, wave down at them, and then cast your teleportation circle and take yourself into the guild hall of the Orionids. What's Trick doing with this? Is Trick just tagging along?
Might as well. For now.
It's Trick. Anytime he wants to leave, he'll just make a stealth roll and vanish from the.
Disappear for a bit. Okay, at which point then, as you guys arrive in the guild hall of the Orionids, we will take our break. We will come back in 15 minutes, just get ourselves rewatered and everything, and we'll see you then in 15. Bye. Jazz hands, because I have no idea when we clear.
No, me neither, mate, if I'm completely honest. Yeah, you good for it.
Okay, all the professional stuff now.
Yeah. My video.
Giant egg.
Happy Easter.
Oh, have you got one of those Lindt chocolate bunnies?
We had one, we ate it.
No, tiny one.
Really? Because that looks like the size of your head from here.
Oh
What?
no, this is just an egg.
Oh, right, you were holding it. I was like, it's tiny. I'm like, that is the size of your head, Laura.
We had one of the small
We
ones.
had the tiny rabbits, but this is like actual like. I've eaten it already. Just
I made a really bad judgment call over Easter where I opened up the pantry and there was these white chocolate Malteser bunny rabbits.
Oh no.
And I was like, yo, those look good. So I ate them and they came in like a little bag and they have 5 in the bag. And I had one and I was like, yes. So I ate the other 4. And then I didn't realize that I was eating like sacred gifts.
oh no.
Like, are you aware that my mum got them like 5-6 weeks ago, and now they're like, she paid like $1.99 for the bag of 5, and now they're on eBay for like 25 quid a bag.
Oh my god.
They were like collector's items or something, and I wish I'd have known because I was like, yeah, one more, practically shoveling them into my jolly chat, and yeah.
Also, welcome back, everyone.
Yeah.
Don't want stuff eaten, don't put it in the food cupboard.
Exactly. But you're not allowed to say that.
No, I'm just going to move the white cushion away from Laura's frenzied munching of that chocolate
I'm
egg.
gonna put it away now.
Why would you put food items that are not meant to be eaten in the communal eating cupboard?
Exactly.
That's just asking for trouble. Especially when Connor's on a diet and I open it up and I'm like, bananas, apples, white chocolate.
The famous chocolate Malteser bunnies diet.
Yeah. That's right.
That's a little insight into us on Eat, Crit and Survive. It will go on the blooper reel, probably.
Yeah, Connor's weak moments.
Next week, dice.
Oh.
So,
Don't eat the shiny mascot.
Just have an eat crit showdown of dice.
This is my red dice. This is my blue dice. This is my shiny dice.
These are my dice that I'm too scared to roll.
because they chip against my wood.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so you guys have now returned. Dom has got a balloon effect. Is that way?
Nice.
My metal ones are serving me well.
They look like shells.
Anyway, so you guys are now in Briar Deep in the Guildhall of Ryan of the Deep. With Trick in tow, you sort of wander out of the teleportation room, and what would you like to do? Lyra is sat in an armchair, just sort of relaxing by the fire.
Nera, are you alright?
I've been better.
This is Trick. I don't remember if you have met each other. Lyra, say hello to Trick. Trick, say hello to Lyra.
Sorry, Trick. It's been a while. We did meet briefly. Yeah, briefly.
Oh yes, I forgot. You must explain what has happened to each other in great detail.
We do so.
No, have
A few moments later.
Hey, it's what Ross would do. It's not even what the character would do, it's exactly what Ross would do. Therefore, I'm on a bound. No.
Sorry, my brain just tried to explode because you were role-playing as Ross, role-playing as Cedric. Ah!
It went well. It went well.
Roll for Ross.
One.
Yay!
Oh no, he wasted the wood on that. When he was trying to kill us.
That's true, Ross is a halfling. 17.
That's okay, there you go.
Anyway,
Well, I must say that was much easier than what I thought it would be.
Oh. At least we don't have to travel planes again. Not yet, anyway.
Well, actually, we do need to go and see Hephaestus.
I think
Oh,
we got
yeah.
the
well,
same
that's just teleporting, that's not so bad.
plane.
Oh, no planes.
You did promise that you would have Kiphina home by the end of the day.
Yes.
I think Kiphina just decided that.
Oh, we've got to respect what Kiphina wants.
It's
Clearly very emotional at the moment.
yeah. Look, no, it's fine. I can stay for as long as I need. It sounds like I'm probably not even needed there. I was just helping out.
Well, you're always needed here.
Yeah.
Everyone's needed. We want everyone to go.
Yeah.
Very well-oiled machine, this group. Everyone has a very vital part. And I think everyone should know that. Lyra, Leela, Kiphina, Foundling, Cedric are all vital components of this machine. Even you, Trick. Even in your absence.
I think you've forgotten someone, Asher.
No, I'm not friends with Noala anymore, and everyone else is kind of a bit of a sideline.
No, I think you mean Kalatar.
Who?
You definitely include Kalatar.
Oh, yes. Yes, I suppose him too. Maybe.
It's alright, Cedric. I don't need the affirmation much. Shall we get on?
Yes, right, now we can find out what we were going to do before those cat people interrupted, and then we went and played with other kitties. If everyone's ready to go and you're feeling better, do you need some time to feel a bit better?
I mean, we're not looking to get into a fight right now. I feel like I can probably manage a talk with Hephaestus.
I mean, that's what we thought we were meant to find Fee, but hopefully Hephaestus is nice and safe, even though it's in the middle of a volcano. Let's go.
Yes. Out of character, why do I have the feeling Leela has now just found her motivation to save the world? She just wants to save the cat tavern.
She's going to use the money that she gets from the diamonds that you reclaim to just buy shares into the Cat's Tavern.
Just buy it.
Like Juniper did animal things, why can't Leela?
Lila has drones.
Leela's gonna make a giant house with cats, but, like full of drones, just making them chase around. There'll be loads of contraptions.
You're at the trick room in Ruby and Sapphire.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yep. Alright, so Kiphina draws out the teleportation circle on the floor, and you all step through it, heading back into the temple and volcano and forge of Hephaestus. You step into it, the way going from the sort of soft humidity and dankness that is within the Underdark, having gone from the slight warmth and aridness of the desert, and then going into the hottest thing you've ever been in ever, is quite a change.
We're really hitting all the climates today.
But as you sort of wander in the cyclopes that have seen you before, turn and go, hello!
Who was that?
It's one of the cyclops. Hi!
Do you know if Hephaestus is around, please?
Tink, yeah. Tink, over there.
Thank
Tink.
you.
Do you need help with your diamonds?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. He sort of wades out of the lava that he's standing in, just picks up essentially the portable hole that had been used for your diamonds, and just goes, okay.
Casually carrying what, like 500 pounds of the diamond?
Oh, way more than that. It was,
like Asher wouldn't do the same thing.
it was almost £2,000.
Yeah.
I wouldn't need the portable hole, but
Just convenient. But you make your way over to the forge where Hephaestus is busy hammering away. You can recognise the sort of the burly, rounded shoulders just hammering away at an anvil. His physique covered in soot, and the hair sort of burns away in the horrible, disfigured shape that he is. And he just keeps hammering as the Cyclops comes up, and even in relative perspective, like the Cyclops is about 3 or 4 times the size of the tallest of your group, even Cedric. Hephaestus is about 4 or 5 times bigger than him at this moment, and it is impressive. But the Cyclops just waits patiently whilst Hephaestus finishes what he's working on, and you sort of strain your neck to have a look at what he's doing. As he sort of brings the hammer down and pulls this massive sword, and he just looks down the edge, the blade. Good. And then just throws it off to the side into and you just watch it just lands in this vat of water that quenches it. He turns around to look at you. Welcome. It is time then. Good. Now I need to know which of you will do the craft.
looks at Kiphina.
Yeah. He was getting lots of pointed looks.
Lila raises the hand, Kiphina sort of looking around.
I like to make things.
You will need one to melt.
As in, you melt one of us?
No, the diamonds.
Okay, just checking.
One to shatter the god's essence within to infuse, and one to carve the runes.
The 3 of us.
Yes.
Who else wants to help?
One to melt, one to shatter, one to carve.
If someone can tell me what to carve, I may be able to do with that. I am more adept with pen than carving, but I do have skill of intricate writing.
I mean, I guess the smashing goes to the person who's strongest, and it's looking over at Asher.
That would make sense. I'm not very strong. I wouldn't be very good at that.
If that's what everyone thinks, I can certainly give it a go.
And who's going to do the melting?
I probably.
What has the knowledge to know when the diamonds will melt and then evaporate? Make intelligence check.
Oh no, this is where I flunk an intelligence check.
But also,
Is it with proficiency or without?
are you proficient in jeweler's supplies or smithing tools?
Alchemist supplies?
Close enough. I'll say half proficiency.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, that was a DC. That's good. You have a good enough knowledge of normally diamonds would not melt. They would just straight up evaporate if they got to about 4,017, weirdly specific, but that's what it is, degrees Celsius. But that's at normal atmospheric pressure. At this depth under the ocean, you've probably got a fairly decent window where it would keep it in a liquid state to allow you to then mold the diamonds to then filter it. It does.
Lena's thinking of this. Can she like do like the classic engineer thing where she pull out pen and paper and like
To start doing the
scribble?
calculations.
And then she'll do that thing where she licks her finger and like tests the wind and then goes back to scribbling.
Yeah, for no reason, testing the wind, just, it's hot finger. Keep going. But yes, you figure out when it gets to that sort of temperature, but it's going to be a control. There's a window that you can do it.
I'm pretty sure I know how to do it. So me, please.
Very well. He reaches into his own chest and presents forth his own fragment of sort of a crimson red hammer. It floats down, rests upon your palm. Your mind is immediately struck with the knowledge of the melting of diamonds, the way that these are going to be poured into the molds in order to create the fragments. You understand the process of how this is going to go on. As it floats in this area with Asher, you feel fortified for the strength that you're going to have to imbue on this, and you reach instinctively for one of the large war hammers that is nearby that will be in a good position to help bring enough weight onto this. Foundling, your mind is clear as you're sort of concentrating on the lessons that you have had. And you understand what it is that you're going to be doing for this. You understand how you can translate the writing of the glyphs that you have done to translate it into the carvings upon a flawless surface to make sure this is precise. So Leela, you gain proficiency in smithing tools.
Hey.
Foundling, you gain
Forever.
yes,
Yay.
as this knowledge comes to you. And Foundling, you gain proficiency in jeweler's kits. Jeweler supplies, whatever it is. So you can add those provisions at any time. And obviously, Kiphina, you are in a position where you are able to help throughout this with your mechanical knowledge and the understanding of these various things.
Yay.
It's got the 3 workers and the project manager.
Basically, yes.
So Kiphina's basically going to be doing the same thing during this as she was back in the workshop, just standing around watching everyone else do the work.
I was helping back in the workshop, maybe.
I love it. Leela, you gain knowledge. Foundling, you gain knowledge. Asher, you get this hammer.
I mean,
You get a war hammer.
I mean, you already had the knowledge of how to smash things, so...
Some would say I've been working towards this all my life.
Just start lifting the hammer, just getting
Do
ready.
we have a bigger hammer?
Yeah, we do actually. All the cyclopees left over, and there's just this massive hammer.
I'll use this one.
All right.
Ego will not let me drop hammer.
All right. So, Galatasaray says, "Right, well, this is going to be a long process, but I can give you a song of cheer to help you go."
I know, it's off to where we go.
I can, when the time is needed, it's only lasted a little while. So, if you need it, I'm here. Good luck. And so you Yes. Good luck with this. Let me check what I have that might help with this. I can do not that, because I don't have that.
Guidance.
I can give guidance. So, oop, you have guidance.
Please tell me he booped me on the nose.
Oop, you have guidance. So, the three of you get into position around this. So, the cyclopede brings these 8 molds that have been set up in different positions and place an anvil next to each one, and this circle around a molten lava pit that is used as this fulcrum for melting the diamonds. Ashley, you are in position ready to spring the hammer down on any of these fragments as needed, and they start loading the diamonds into the smelting pot.
As I do, I click my ring. I don't need armor for this. I need more lateral movement. Got to limber up.
So, the temperature here is extreme, and it is a bit of a nightmare for the three of you and the four of you, in fact, including Kiphina, because of this level of heat that is coming at you. I need for all 4 of you to make what?
Just wanted to check. I could actually do enhanceability, and I was thinking of doing it on Foundling, seeing as I think he's like the newest to this role. But I just realized I don't know what check he's about to make, and I don't want to metagame, so I probably would have gone for Dex.
Okay, so
I don't know. Like, can I do an intelligence roll to see if I would know what's the most important skill when someone's
all you know is that it is going to be carved out. It's going to be carved. So whatever you think.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's a very accurate thing, and dexterity is for accuracy. So yeah, I'm gonna do Cat's Grace on
Okay,
Foundling.
so you have advantage on your dexterity checks for the next hour. Oh, it is. Okay, so I need for Leela, Asher, and Foundling and Kiphina to make Constitution saving throws.
Does resistance to fire matter, or is it just heat?
Resistance to fire gives you advantage.
I'm resistant.
Okay, Diamond Soul.
Kalatar will be sort of seeing.
Are they within 10 feet of me?
Yes, they will be within 10
So you
feet.
benefit from my +5.
Yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't matter when you roll a 1.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
That's better.
If you're resistant to fire, you get the advantage.
yeah.
Yeah, plus 5.
Yes.
Yeah, I got 22.
Actually, got
28.
28 for Foundling. Okay.
Yeah. I got a 1 and a 19. 28 plus
Nice.
33.
Kiphina.
Would have been 15, but I rolled a 1, so I don't know how that works out.
Saving throw. Are you adding anything else to that? So you.
No, I rolled a 1, I get a +9, and then 5 from Asher. It would have been 15, but it's a crit fail, so.
You don't crit fail on saving throws as it happens, but that is what I did. So you take points of exhaustion.
Fair enough.
Yeah, just run through those checks. So you understand the heat from this, but you're used to some level of heat. You're full steampunk mode,
Yes.
ready to go with this. You've got your drones floating around to give you those extra views. Foundling, you have just removed as many clothes as possible. Your mind is clear and focused. Asher, you're just flexing.
What is the girl supposed to do?
Yeah. So, Kalatar is going to provide inspiration to the 3 of you that are doing the checks. So for you, it would be, you'll set diamonds on the flame, watch them burn as we melt them away. For Asher, let's talk about flex, baby. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. Please don't hurt me.
Oh god.
I could have gone with hammer time, but it felt too obvious. I couldn't think of a way to parody it.
Plus also.
I know.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I know. And for Foundling, I'm trying to think of the one for writing and drawing stuff. Oh god.
Message on a diamond.
There you go, so you each have a D10, I think, of inspiration goes at this level. I will double check because he is multi-class and that always throws things off. It is a D10. So, boop, boop, boop. So, Leela,
Hello.
as you are concentrating, you've got the drones out flying around, keeping an eye and observing what's going on inside the melting point. You're watching for that point where they hit their melting point. You can disperse them out. The contraption they've got set up here is effectively like a boiler, and also essentially a boiler as a crucible, but it has multiple taps that are in position, and each of the cycle pieces are sort of standing there ready to turn the tap simultaneously. The diamonds will drain out into the molds as necessary on your command. So you are keeping an eye out, making sure it's going on. I need you to make an intelligence check with a smithing tool proficiency to know when this is like the optimal point to do it, because it is a narrow window.
Oh god. You rolled bad for me today. I'm gonna roll the other one, but then you did give me that one earlier. I'll stick with So intelligence check with proficiency.
Yes, so intelligence check with your smithing tool proficiency. So this will be +9 for you, no, +10 for you.
23.
Are you adding anything else to that?
Yeah. Am I still?
Your D4 from guidance.
You still have your D4 for guidance.
Well, 24.
Okay,
I'm like, is this the only thing that I'll need to do?
you don't know. You do have your own ability that gives you +5, doesn't it, for ability checks? Or is it only attack rolls and saving
I
throws?
think it's everything.
New character, who dis? Or newish
Oh,
character.
ability check or a saving throw. So yeah, I've got 3 left. So yeah, I'll do that as well. That's
Okay.
another 5. So that is
29.
9.
29, okay. So the exact moment that it starts melting away and bubbling up slightly, you go, yeah! The taps all turn simultaneously. The molten diamond just start pouring out, dripping into these foot-long molds that are designed for this. As you watch as they pour in, you keeping an eye on the drone, just making sure that every last drake goes in. There is no drop of wasted. You have nailed the pouring just right, and everything gets into place. As you're watching this, they are kept over a heat just to make sure they don't boil away, but you are keeping an eye on them, making sure they go on. So at this point, you then turn to Asher. Asher, I need you to make 8 strength checks.
Oh god.
Rage and let loose. Checks, yeah?
So first one you come to is the fragment of Poseidon.
Can I guidance like each time?
Do you have guidance?
I have guidance.
Then yes, you can.
Yeah, I'll guide Asher each time.
All right. So you have been standing at the crucible now for an hour whilst this has been going on. So you are subjected to the heat. So before you make the roll, Asher, I need all 3 of you to make another Constitution saving throw. You as well. You are there.
Again,
against the odds.
advantage. And plus
Your
5.
advantage because your advantage is +5 because of your heat benefits.
Oh, 19 again.
Yeah, you're fine. 33. Yeah.
Diamond sold again, just to be on the safe side.
32.
Kiphina,
32.
That's
you got 32. Oh, I'll follow Asher.
Yeah, I got 32, yeah.
Oh, nice. Asher,
20.
20. That is the DC.
Oh,
Family.
18.
Okay, so you take a point of exhaustion. So you're at disadvantage on ability checks.
So now you want me to roll.
I should have used my inspiration. Oh well.
There.
Oh,
8
Okay.
checks.
So the first one. Advantage with rage, yeah? Checks.
Yes, checks.
I guidance you each time.
Yes, so it's D4 and disadvantage. Kiphina, you will need to recast your cat's grace to family because it would have fired off the one.
Dang, didn't even get to use it.
Long process. You went early.
Yeah.
I'm being guidanced as well
Wait,
each time, yeah?
Yeah, Lira is giving you guidance each time, so yes.
28 on the first one.
28 on the first. So you bring the hammer down, you hear the crack, and as you do, you feel a burst of sea air come out as the fragments shatter. But it swirls around in the air. You take the fragments, leaving as you're standing in there. You just sweep them into the diamond. You watch as they fall in, and they start to shift and transform the color that is contained within this molten diamond as they start to set. But you don't have time to study this too long before Asher has moved around and is onto the bow for Artemis.
Guidance.
Strength check.
Sorry, I
advantage.
spoke across Jared.
Sorry, Jared.
I just wanted to say, I hold the casting for Foundling until he was about to do something. I would, if I can, for the next casting.
Okay, so for the next one, you can wait until family's ready to go. But just,
Yeah, cool.
Okay, the next one. I mean, I crit without advantage, so 27, and we're not taking. We get a +4 on every roll, so.
you've got a D4.
27, 29, 30, 31.
You're adding a D4, right? Not just +4.
Yeah, D4. Yeah, I roll
Roll
4.
I can't see the dice roll, so it's fine.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no, they're on there.
The hammer comes swinging down, and you just hear the sound of bowstrings just twanging as arrows are fired off in a barrage. Leo, you again get the fragments and sweep them in as you see a sort of green appear within this one. But then on to the next one again. This one is for the elemental plane of air. So this is taken from Zeus, so the sort of stormy grey. So go again. Guns and strength. Yeah, I'm going to assume that you just ends each time.
Yeah.
I'm throwing Kelatar's D10 on it.
Okay.
27.
Okay, you bring the hammer down. This time, you just, as it hits, there's a crack of lightning. You can smell the odor before you sweep it back in, and it turns into sort of lightning blue color. Then on to the next one, which is the one for Apollo, the light to oppose the abyss. The small sun song pendant that is ready for you. So again, Asher. Meh.
24.
You bring the hammer, you bring it down this time, it doesn't crack cleanly.
+5.
You can have the +5 if you want.
Yes, I essentially got one for each, so yeah, I'll +5.
Okay, so you get another +5, that's putting up to 29. So Leah's
29.
use that bonus. You bring the hammer down again and just missed the sweet spot, but it's now with Leah's help, you're able to reposition it and get it right this time before the essence escapes. You shove it in, and you have a nice soft white crystal.
As that one goes back in again, I'm going to call out for Kelatar for a touch of help, please. Because that DC is way high.
Okay, fine. Keltar's going to go,
Can I pass on can I give my inspiration to someone?
because it's Keltar who needs to do this. While we're waiting for the hammer to fall.
Just in case.
Use you another inspiration. I've only got one left. So you come up to Apollo, so we're now onto the elemental plane of one for fire. So this is Hephaestus' hammer. What was that?
Oh, thank God. Okay, 25.
25 is the DC. So you bring the hammer up and crack it down. And you just smell the fire and the brimstone come off and shove it in, and it turns this golden red colour of the flames looking at it. Before you move on to the next one.
How many are left?
That is number 5. So you've got another 3.
Holy shit.
Yeah. This one now is the. Oh God, which gods are left? I can't remember which ones are left.
Odin,
Athena.
Gaia, and
Athena.
This would be Athena's order. So you've got this sort of owl and so goes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just going to say if I see that Ash is struggling, I don't know how obvious it is. I could use enhance ability on her. I can only do it 2 more times though, or otherwise we're stuck here for the night.
Hold it for Foundling, because I'm not sure
He's raging, so enhance
I'm
ability.
already maxed out.
Yeah. That's fine. So you come around and you've got the sort of owlish and sort of Kiphina, and you're getting
Quite carefully.
So this one is
Uh,
order to oppose civilization, or to oppose, the chaos of the devils, demons. That's one.
29.
29?
Yeah.
Okay, bring that hammer down this time. You just hear the rustling of paper and the building of stone. As a sort of a soft, silverish grey is now turned into this diamond. Next one is for Gaia, so the sort of sandstone.
Guidance.
Oh, please, guidance. Here goes the D10.
Oh, no.
Oh, fucking hell. Jesus, overkill. 32. I got a 9 on it.
Okay.
I needed it, but I didn't need it that much.
Bring the hammer down on it again, and the sand explodes out, turning into this sort of gold yellow dirt colour. As you step up then to the final one, Odin's Eye, the one that came as a fragment of yourself. You look at it. You bring the hammer up once again.
I crit.
The age of not having Odin with you surges through you again. You bring the hammer down, slam into it, and you.
I crit and I got a 4 on the D4, so 32.
Nice. It brings up, it shatters. You see this sort of swirl of the cosmos that is then thrown in, creating this black and starlit diamond within. At this point, Leela, you're now seeing that the diamonds themselves are getting to the point where they're now starting to evaporate. So you order them all to pull back away from the flames, and the diamonds will start to.
Something amazing is about to happen.
Start to crystallize again and set in that pure form, sort of being quenched in their diamond form of it. Because of the excess of heat and the work you're having to do on this, Asher, I need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Just action.
Just Asher, because Asher's been running around wailing a hammer for the last 5 minutes.
Been out so fast.
The fate D10's going out.
Okay.
Fair enough. 24.
You're fine.
I was slightly screwed. I got a 15 and then got a 9 on that D10. I rolled higher on the D10 than what I got on the 20.
Okay. So, as you sort of take a moment and you step away from the borders,
just kind of on the last one, just kind of discard the hammer to the side.
you come down the stairs away from the board because you no longer need to be there. The diamonds are sort of setting in place, and you can see now these foot-long prisms that are now in place. It takes about an hour or so for them to cool down fully. But when they are founding, you are ready to go with a chisel and hammer, ready to carve in these runes for each of these different fragments. You know that if you mess this up, there's going to cause some problems on this. These may not work properly if you get it wrong. Same as if Asher had failed and same if Leela had messed up on hers. You are well aware of the responsibility that is now on your shoulders.
Guidance.
Guidance and responsibility is coming your way. So, are you just doing it with your normal arms, or are you using your other arms?
I think this is going to be dexterity rather than strength, so I'm going to just use my normal arms.
Well, that's right, because with the extra arms, it gives you disadvantage of dexterity. So, okay. So, with advantage, roll for me a dexterity for your jewelers.
It'll be straight roll because I've got a level of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Dex plus proficiency.
Mhm.
Can Cedric not create a restoration that away?
Cedric does not have. Does he have fifth level spell slots? I don't know if he has it fair. Let me check.
It's kind of very important.
Cedric does not have fifth level spell slots. Does he have greater restoration? He does have greater restoration.
Does he have any higher slots for the sake of the world?
You know what? He will cast at 6th level. He will, but we'll stick with the first roll that's going on. If he sees Foundling is struggling, unless he casts greater restoration. There is guidance as well.
No, I've got a
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Mine. Can I use a reaction each time to? If I spend 2 energy, I can run. No, I'm not on saves. Don't worry.
Okay then. So what was the roll?
Where do you find your proficiency bonus on? Oh yeah, there.
Your efficiency. Yes.
29.
Okay. So for the first one, you go up to the one beside and you take the runes and you're inscribing. You know for this one instinctively, you're inscribing an entrapment spell within this, some form of evocation that will then contain it, and then would transfer the energy. And specifically, is targeted for capturing the essence of fire. And you get the runes in, and you focus on multi-facets, creating this spiralized pattern of the runes. You take a breath, and you're confident that this one is complete. Cedric then comes, one moment, breathes the dust into your face.
My eyes!
Are you not? You're less tired now, though, aren't you?
Yes, that's helped. Thank you, Cedric.
I thought so. Goodbye. And he steps away. But
Okay, by exhaustion.
you have lost the exhaustion, so go again with advantage and guidance. You have Bardic Inspiration should you need it.
Yes.
And my axe.
Oh, that's a crit on the die.
There you go.
So I'm not even going to bother rolling the d4.
No, easy enough. Even with that proficiency, that was a 29 off the bat, I think.
A 30, even without a d4.
You're fine.
You can't roll too high, Foundling.
But you have.
Okay, I'll add the d4 as well, then, just for the sake of completing this.
Oh,
There we go. 33.
okay. So you have
This
now
is
got.
fancy shit.
Yeah, this one you have now got into for. Look, really matter which one it is, but you have now inscribed with the runes of sealing away and being of the 9 hells.
Ooh.
Okay, next one.
Oh, I think.
Oh yes, 29.
Nice.
Okay. Again, you get in, you carve the various runes, this time trapping a creature of the land, creature of the earth, making sure that they would never see the sky again. It feels a little bit darker, this one, but yeah, it works. You heal it into place. Number 4.
Yeah. 29 again.
Okay. This time you go for one which is for Odin, and this is for cracking a being that is the essence of nothing, the spaces that lie between creation. You carve those runes in, creating a confinement for this creature. That is number 5 complete.
Next one.
Next one is for the elemental plane of fire, containing a being of water. Being of steam.
Oh, 32.
Like sometimes you guys are just showing off.
Hey, it's the only time we get to.
This time you carve in these runes and you feel your hands starting to cramp up a little bit. The concentration that this is taking, and you're just thankful that some magic is pushing through your body to help you get these runes just right, making sure you don't slip with the chisel. And you get that spot on. Containment of fire, containment of the sea within flame. Next one.
I'll risk it. 24.
Did you use guidance?
Yep.
Yeah.
+5.
As you are calming this time, you get yourself into a position where this time you're trying to contain the chaos. And you get that concentration in, and you feel your hands starting to shake. And just as you're coming in to create that room of containment, Leela's hand clamps onto yours and just stabilizes it. As you pull away, the room complete and seemingly not affecting the charm.
Okay.
Okay, so the final one for containing a beast of the air. Tracking
Did you
it.
say this was the final one?
No, sorry, we have a few more. Yes,
Oh,
I think.
okay.
Yeah, because I haven't done Paywall either, so.
Yeah, that's going to be fine. Yeah, 28.
Yeah, okay, you get that little boost of energy that's come from Leela. You are able to create that which would lift a creature of the earth away from where they feel comfortable and lift them into the skies to forever fall. And then the final one, to contain the bounds of nature.
Kiphina, guide my hand.
Probably wouldn't be better if I ended on Athena's one, never mind.
This is the final one. I'll pop the D10 as well.
Sure.
Pop it.
Pop it, lock it, poke it down.
36.
I just watched that pop up on my screen.
You get the carving in place, you feel the guidance of Athena. The craft that you now think, we could take this up.
Finish with a flourish.
Yeah, you get the runes.
Sign it.
Foundlin's made his masterpiece over here. It's like, yes! Bit of this.
This one is to contain the various wiles and trap it within a hunt. And the runes themselves feel like they are, it's like a bear trap. And although it's completely superfluous for the purposes of what you've done is you create the runes, you just go around and just create at the bottom of it, just an image of a bear trap. Just for your own amusement. But you fall back, exhausted, and cramping. But you now have created the divine prisms.
Some fantastic tree ornaments.
This would look lovely on my mantelpiece.
Yeah, be a shame to actually take them into battle.
Yeah. So let me give you
Mementos of our once former lives.
the actual phantom. So you now have 8 of these prisms.
Almost one each.
The soul prisms. A multifaceted diamond prism infused with the fragmented power of the gods with the intention to steal a soul of a planar being. If a being tied to a plane dies within 30 feet of a soul prism forged to oppose it, you can use your reaction to activate the prism and absorb the soul of the creature within it. The creature who is contained within the prism cannot be freed except by an external force, succeeding on a DC 30 strength check, at which point the soul is freed.
So it has to make a DC 30 strength check.
An external force has to make a DC 30 strength check to break the prism from the outside.
Okay. So we hide them in a very, very special place. So they have to fall unconscious. We have to kill them.
That you have then to die within that. Yeah. But you have to be within 30 feet of them.
Yeah.
It's like the Ghostbusters traps, they die within 30 feet of it. Prism sucks the soul in.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like a lot of these are going to be down to my... Here, it's going to explode, Asher. Go stand next to it.
I mean, that's Asher's favourite spot to be, so...
It's not her favourite, it just tends to be where I end up.
But as you take a moment to realise what you have accomplished, the efforts that you've had to go through in order to gather these fragments, and the power that is now contained within this, you now realise you've got a chance of seeing these visionaries away forever. Kiphina, you have watched each of these things happen with a little sense of pride, but also a slight one of regret, because it has an element of this could have been your chance, but you knew in your heart that there was perhaps those that were better suited at this moment, and that is not a bad thing. And as you're sort of sitting there contemplating this, Hephaestus steps over to you and says, knowing your flaws and your weaknesses and accepting them is part of what you need to do to become a great craftsman. Build for that you cannot control. Supplant what you need. People, things, tools. They help us make up what we're not. But we should not rely on them wholeheartedly.
Thank you. I do feel I'm starting to understand that better. I don't know. I just did feel a lot like, just it needed to be more. I mean, it's a lot of insurmountable odds, and I'm just so afraid for my mother and my father and them never getting to reconcile. I mean, if I seem to take after my father, and if he's half the coward that I am, he'll never go home. I mean, it took me fearing I was about to die the next day to just make a quick, rash decision to go visit them at some point. I didn't even get to see them. It just gets hard. It's a lot. But I am learning, and you're right. I have good friends to make up for my shortcomings. And, need to stop being so pessimistic, right? We're gonna do this. It only seems crazy difficult, right? But thank you. You are definitely part of my strength, as are my friends.
Friends are about the only thing you can count on. Look at my family. My mother threw me off Olympus because I was too ugly, and my wife cheats on me every day. So there's that. With my brother, he's a dick.
Hey, get a new wife. Why the hell keep that one?
Love.
Okay, yeah.
Concentrate on that you're good at. Don't throw it away for the sake of something shiny. Don't
Thank you.
necessarily worry about needing to be prepared for every situation. May not come to it, but it's good to know. Good to be prepared. And it's good to tinker. Don't do it at the expense of everyone else.
Yeah. Thank you.
As he pats you on the back and turns to where you feel the apparatus around you start to heat up. And it feels as if it's becoming more streamlined. Some of the weight sort of sheds from the glass fragments and glass tube that are across the arms. Just shift somewhat, and the planet feels lighter. But you feel the energy within it almost shift somewhat. As the storm apparatus Exalts.
So ninth level heat metal is cast upon you.
Yeah, he did it by accident. He doesn't even know sometimes.
Sorry. So the Exalted Storm Apparatus, when you cast a spell that deals acid, fire, cold, or poison damage, you can convert that damage type to lightning. Your spell DC increases by 1, and if you cast a spell that deals fire, lightning, or thunder damage, and you roll a 1 on the damage die, you can re-roll it, and you must use the new result. You've got your focus spell, and you've got the knowledge beyond aspect, so that is still in play. But there is an enhancement to the Storm Apparatus, which I will update on D&D Beyond, and I'll set that up for the character.
That lightning damage reroll's going to be a bit tricky though, because I already have Elemental Adept, which gives me roughly the same.
Well, no, Elemental Adept transforms a 1 into a 2.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? Yeah.
But this lets you completely re-roll any 1.
Yeah.
So you can still only roll a 2, but it gives you a chance to roll higher.
Yeah.
Basically, so you still get the possibility of a 1 or a 2 from Elemental Adept, but if you re-roll it, you still have the chance of getting
Cool.
ones. You could still re-roll them, and potentially if you're doing lightning, you'll get a bunch of sixes.
Cool.
So it gives you a better roll to fire. Plus an increased DC.
Yay!
That on its own is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hardly anything does that.
But as you take a moment to breathe and realize that you have completed this element of your journey, you are planning on what your next steps will be. You are planning on returning back to Alfheim, yes? Back to the keep?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think we'd agreed our first target was going to be going after Zogtomoy with the aid of the...
Yeah, we kind of
King.
need to do that before we lose our help.
Okay, so with that, you return to your usual teleportation circle, return yourself back to Alfheim with the various items that you have in tow, and get yourself back on the blimp. Take yourself across.
Sorry, before we get... Sorry, 3 teleportation circles in a row. I'm now very low on the components for it. I might do just a quick shop if I can before we move on. Don't need a roleplay or anything. I understand we're about to wrap up. So
Yeah, okay, so for...
they're 50 gold each, I believe.
I think it's more than that.
Oh, is it?
Teleportation circle.
I should have actually double checked.
Oh, you're right, it's 50 gold for
Yeah.
the link. So yeah, so 50 gold per usage. You can get at most 5.
I'll buy the lot.
I'll take the lot.
Yeah,
A
always.
fistful of gold.
250 gold or 25 platinum is presented off to the shopkeep. You return to your keep for a moment of thought and recovery.
Celebration.
And celebration for having completed this aspect of your journey. And as a result, you reach level 16.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I leveled up.
It's been a while. I wanted to get this arc completed before we then get into war as level 16 characters.
It has been a while.
It's been a long time coming. But yeah, so we are now level 16. We will do the level ups offline, but if people want to... Ooh, that's good.
Sorry, you want to get that done now.
Yeah. So if people are
Also 10.
Ah, nice.
you know you wrong, or are you taking the average? Are you taking the average, don't you? Your hit points.
I can't remember.
Well.
Yeah.
Handling, Dom, are you taking the average or are you rolling?
I'm gonna roll. I'm taking a level in monk.
Okay. So D8 for you. Paradigm. Assume you're taking the average?
7.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, 7 family. Nice.
So with the con, that's a plus 10.
Answer better. Okay, Avatar. That's unfortunate. There's a 1, it would have been a reroll, but yeah, 2's. Yeah. So.
She's got a lot of hit points though, to be fair.
Yeah, she's doing okay.
She doesn't really need that
We'll
much.
just add another 2 onto it. Yeah, level 16. So yeah, so that is the level of ASIs and feats for those of you who haven't multi-classed. So you're fine. Trick is fine. Lyra is fine. Leela's fine. Kiphina's fine. Skeleton. Cedric will be as well. But profoundly, Asher and Skeletor, not so much. But regardless, thank you all very much for joining us. Come back next week where we will have Lovely Ray Mayhem will be joining us, and we will set off on our next phase of adventure, heading to Zuktmoy. This will be interesting. And finally get on that last little arc towards the visionary once and for all.
Fucking the main quest rather than the side questies.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed yourselves, and tell your friends. Come and subscribe. Check out. Chat to us. Let us know how you're getting on. Chat with us on Twitter. We're friendly. So, take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe. And we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Bye.